Hi, it's me, Chio. Welcome. So for today, we will be discussing underwriting versus overwriting, not to be confused with short stories versus long stories. Underwriting is basically when you don't write enough information into your story for the readers to have a clear picture, while overwriting is when you write way too much information. Did we really have to know what type of butter your MC puts on their toast? Before we get into details, I just want to state that when it comes to story description, there is nothing wrong with being an underwriter or overwriter if you're leaving it in the drafts. I myself am an underwriter, a big time underwriter. So let's start with that. When you are underwriting, it means that you're omitting essential points from your story. This can be anything from a clear physical description of your character, or the way a room looks like, or the emotions a character is showing in a certain instance. Imagine if two characters are having a conversation and you can't tell how they feel about what they're talking about. You can't tell what they look like or how they're likely to dress or even what room they are in. So all you can tell about this conversation is two vague heads floating in an empty or white room. That's not a very engaging visual. There are different reasons why people write like this. One, you're writing too fast, and because of that, you can't tell that you are omitting necessary scenes. This can make editing hard because you didn't note what parts needed to fill out when you start editing. Two, your creative makeup doesn't allow you to easily see these little things that make up the story. This can be a problem because when you're going through your draft, you might still not realize that these things are missing. You can fix this problem by constantly learning and practicing and working with a critique partner who can catch these points you need to flesh out. Three, you prefer focusing on the framework of the story, which means you're likely taking notes of these parts you need to flesh out, and you will do so later on. Now, moving on to overwriting. Sometimes you put so much into a story that is not needed. This can lead to another problem of excessive exposition, cramming way too much information at a section where it's not needed. I believe that most of the time, overwriting is a matter of taste. Some writers enjoy putting that much information into books, and there are readers who enjoy reading it too. They like to see as much information, even something that seems really minute. So what you have to do is know your audience. But too much of a thing isn't good. So before you get comfortable believing that your readers like how this work is, ask yourself if every extra description you put in the story is necessary or if it's a distraction from the actual story. Another problem with overwriting is that most age groups and genres have a sort of standard word counts they work with. Some agents might not accept your work if it's way over the word count range. The same applies for underwriting. And in cases where you do meet the word count, it could be that you focus so much on the description and lost other essential details like the actual story. So I say all this to say that the two have their flaws, and the best thing you can do as a writer is to find the balance. Ask yourself what's missing or what's unnecessary to add to the story, and work with beta readers and critique partners. It's always good to have those extra set of eyes to look through your work and point out where you have these flaws. And also spend more time critically reading works by other writers you enjoy their stories to find out what it is about these books that you love and also learn from it. So that is it for my description of underwriting and overwriting, and I hope that this has been helpful to you. And if you've liked this video anyways, don't forget to leave a thumbs up and subscribe. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye.